In the heart of a bustling city, among traffic horns, hurried footsteps, and morning chatter, one bank saw something different unfold. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was unusual. A young man named David began showing up at the local bank every day. Not once a week, not twice a month, every single day. He wore simple clothes, jeans, a polo shirt, sometimes native attire. He never drew attention to himself, but he never missed a day. In his hand, always, a brown envelope. Inside, 10,000 naira. At first, no one noticed. After all, customers come and go. But the tellers began to see a pattern. David didn't go to just anyone. He would only wait for one particular person. A young, pretty lady named Grace. She is calm, polite, focused, and always smiling. The kind of person who made even the most stressful day feel manageable. The first time David met her, she greeted him with a smile that made his heart skip. He didn't quite understand it at the time, but something in him decided he wanted to see that smile again. So he came back the next day, and the next, and the next. If the queue moved fast and it wasn't her turn, David would quietly step aside. "Please, go ahead," he'd say to the person behind him, and he would wait until Grace's window opened. He'd walk up, hand over his envelope. She'd process the transaction, print the receipt, and smile as she handed it over. "Thank you," he'd whisper, and leave. But here's the thing, he never truly left. He walked straight to the ATM outside, withdrew the same 10,000 naira, put it back in the envelope, ready for tomorrow. Eventually, the other tellers caught on. "David's here again. 10,000 naira, same amount every day. It's Grace he's coming for. Oh!" It became a quiet joke. But what they didn't know, what even Grace didn't know, was that David wasn't just an ordinary guy with a crush. He was a captain in the Nigerian army, a man of discipline, of honor, of quiet strength. But in this bank, he wasn't wearing his uniform, and he wasn't on a mission, at least not the kind his superiors knew about. This was personal. For months, this went on. Day after day, David made his quiet deposit. Grace began to notice more than just the money. She noticed his kindness, the way he always looked into her eyes, how he waited, never rushed, never flustered. Then one morning, it happened. As she handed him the receipt, he hesitated, then softly he said, "I know this bank is for money, but what if I wanted to make a deposit into your heart?" Grace froze. Her eyes widened slightly. Then she laughed, a soft, genuine laugh, and David smiled. From that day on, things changed. They started texting. Short messages turned to long calls. Long calls turned into weekend visits. They shared meals, stories, dreams. She found out he was in the army, and he found out that she loved poetry, old films, and soft music. One Sunday evening, as they walked through a quiet park, she asked, "You were really coming every day just to see me?" David chuckled. "I didn't know how to approach you, so I made small deposits while hoping for a big return." Years later, David and Grace are married, 3 beautiful children, a warm home, and in a drawer tucked neatly away, an old brown envelope. They kept it because that envelope started something priceless. We live in a world where people chase big moments, grand gestures, but sometimes love grows in the quietest places, in silent queues, in daily routines, in a brown envelope carrying 10,000 naira, and a whole lot of hope, because the greatest investments in life aren't always in banks, but in the hearts we choose to believe in. This was Deposit of Love. If it touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African love stories. Stay tuned to Donlemson Heritage. We'll see you in the next one.